Welcome to the Tuckcast with a splash of bourbon presented by Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service. Located at 3 Depot Street, Bryson City and 530 West Main Street, Sylva, North Carolina. Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service is your #1 stop prior and after your epic fly fishing adventure in western North Carolina. Visit tuckflyshop.com for streamflow information, book a guided trip, or even shop for your official Tuckasegee Fly Shop gear. Follow the crew on Facebook at Tuckasegee Fly Shop, Instagram at Tuck Fly Shop, and on YouTube at Tuckasegee Fly Shop. Today's episode is brought to you by Norvise. From their original 1970s prototype to the latest Legacy C in 5 amazing colors: Radical Red, Sunset Orange, Shamrock Green, Royal Purple, Liberty Blue. Norvise has been committed to one thing: efficiency. By adding the Norvise Auto Bobbin to your Norvise, you can tie better flies faster. For more information, visit www.nor-vice.com. Here in our Sylva studios today, we have Coach Dale Diesel Collins, Bobby the Bearded Wonder Bennett, and I'm your host, Shannon Big Mess Messer.
All right.
Yeah.
You left the color out.
It's 5.
Volunteer orange.
Sunset Orange. Sunset Orange.
That's not volunteer orange.
It was to a man this week.
Yeah, that's very true.
Did he really
Yeah.
say that?
He was like,
Yeah.
I'd have bought it.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Welcome, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Norvise,
Yes.
Dale, what you think?
Man, I've had the most fun tying flies in the last week and a half, I guess, than I have in a long time, ever.
Yeah.
Maybe since I started learning with James. You know, I was tying flies, just kind of getting ready for trips, and it just became, work. And I just wasn't enjoying it. So, I mean, all through the pandemic, never tied a fly. Quarantine, never tied a fly. If I had to guide, I'd tie up what I need to get through the trip.
Yeah.
But, yeah, last week I think I tied 4 dozen. Shannon said 48 more to go, so I said, okay. So I said, tied 4 Perdigons and Rainbow Warriors. They're in the bins here in Sylva. So it was a lot of fun, though. Bryson's enjoying learning, so it's good. I love it. Highly recommend it. I mean, I was very reluctant at first for a long time to make the switch. But, yeah, I'm super glad I did. So, yeah.
So why did you make the switch?
It just seemed like the cool thing everybody's doing. So
You just want to be like everybody else. Want to be like Mike?
Want to be the cool
the
kids.
other rotary vise offended me, so it got canceled.
Gotcha.
So
Perfect.
out with the old, in with the new.
That's
Was it
right.
a Dr. Seuss?
No,
voice?
no,
It's Dr. Seuss.
What was?
We ain't got no cats in a hat. I don't know what you're talking about.
Could be some cat fur on the fly, though.
Oh man.
Oh,
That might
man.
offend Fifi. Hey, I got my eyes zeroed in today. Got them
Did you get them dilated?
sighted. No, they don't dilate. I went to the eye doctor today. They don't dilate anymore. At least if you go to the right place and know the right people.
Ooh.
Dr. Mead over there in Nashville.
Oh, yeah, man. How's he doing?
He hadn't fished since the last time I seen him.
Well, that's been a while.
Yes.
Of
December.
year.
December of 2019.
It's been a while.
So he just said, the pandemic and everything. But no, they put some numbing thing in your eye now, and they take this pin and just tap your eye over and over and over.
I couldn't do the no.
Oh, you don't feel it. You just see this blue thing, and all of a sudden you hear it beeping, and you're like, well, I guess it's touching my eye.
Man, that's new.
Oh, wait, no. They did that the last time I had that.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they do. It checks your pressure.
That's right.
It's a pressure.
They don't
pressure.
puff the air.
No,
'cause
this
that's what checked
thing.
that.
I think in some instances they may still do that depending on, what your visions, what you
Yeah.
got going on.
Mm-hmm. Well,
But,
don't they have to dilate your eyes though to do that?
No,
I don't
Mine
know.
were dilated before. They
I didn't
did
smoke
that.
anything before I went either.
All right, Cheech.
So, just saying.
Yeah,
It'll be legal here.
but I did not have an exam last year because of COVID,
Mhm.
Yeah.
so it certainly could have changed in the meantime.
Well, so I guess for my entire adult life, if I've worn glasses, I don't have my sunglasses with me to display this, but they, when I wear them, like I have a ginormous head. So when I wear my glasses, they bow out, right? So they look like that. Where's that? They look like that. Shannon, you can take your glasses off, and they got the same shape as when you're wearing them. It's fantastic. And then, when I'm wearing them, they're like digging into my temples and everything. I said, look, man, I need a glasses for a big man. NFL guys and linemen. I'm sure some of them wear glasses. I know they make glasses for big people somewhere.
Did she pull out like the elastic headband, like those sports glasses for you? I'm like, this is all we got, sir.
Who was that for the Bulls? What's his name?
Horace Grant.
Horace Grant. Yes.
That could have been you,
Love
man.
that dude. They had them. They had them for the kids. So, we start talking about what kind of frame. I want a plastic frame, and I don't want a wire frame, all this. You know how they got thousands of glasses hanging on this wall. I've got one that's a possibility. One. And I put it on. It is still
got the bow effect.
Still bowing. Oh, we can heat the arms up and they can it'll be off your temples. It won't be as bad. I'm like, I was looking at it. I'm like, but this still doesn't fit me. You're just making it fit. Like, I don't know.
Now you have people like a Shaq that's got a size 22 shoe. Feels like, right?
I guess so. I mean, it just
gotta get everything special made.
Yeah, I was kind of. I mean, great service. Great folks over there, Asheville Eye Associates. But they, what?
I'm getting on to you. You keep tapping your can on the table.
That is a very large office,
dude.
It's massive.
It is. I love the waiting room now, though. It's in your car.
It's great. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a pair of Nikes coming. Nike eyeglasses.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
They fit. Just do it.
Just do it. They fit.
The Columbias didn't fit. Nautica.
Ooh.
I don't even know what my glasses are. I can't remember.
Yeah. I just want a pair that fits. It doesn't give me a headache. So.
Very true.
But yeah, everything was good. Eyesight's perfect.
Are you?
But you need glasses.
I'm sorry. I'm like, woo.
He loved all the numbers. I could read all the bottom lines. That's all that mattered.
Yeah, that's not.
Tell you though, the glaucoma thing, like that's something that'll sneak up on you.
Mm-hmm.
So I was glad those numbers were
right. Absolutely.
I was like, man, if I got glaucoma, I guess I just get to legally smoke. I don't know. Does that
help?
Oh yeah, that's a serious treatment. Kirby Puckett used it.
Kirby.
Yeah.
Minnesota Twins.
That's it, man.
That's right, Kirby Puckett. Well, Dale's had an adventurous day. Today's episode, we're going to talk about what the business. We're going to talk about fishing the Cherokee waters. It'll be another kind of episode in the series of things that we've talked about or certain places we've talked about fishing. We will also get a guide tip of the week and, of course, a fishing report there at the end. Just a reminder, we're getting a lot of phone calls.
Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Delayed harvest is open. Delayed harvest is open.
We already talked about this.
Delayed harvest is open. We talked about it a lot today on the phone.
I answered about 4 phone calls today about it.
Hatchery supported is closed. We'll reopen at 7 a.m. on Saturday, April 3rd. But everything else is open, folks. Plenty of places to fish.
Did you see the other story I posted? Picture
today?
of Baker.
No, I have. See, I'm not like
so I posted
social media during work hours.
On the Instagram story that also goes to Facebook. Somehow I got my hands on a picture of Baker holding 2 stringers of fish, totaling 7.
Okay.
And he's holding them out like, I don't know, like a gangster.
Oh, mercy.
I put on there, hatchery supported, and then over top of that, big red letters, closed.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Go check it out. You got about 18
Baker.
hours left.
Gotcha. Absolutely.
18 hours left. It's gone. Folks.
Oh, Lord.
One quick announcement I need to make.
Yeah.
Is if you watch our videos on YouTube, there are times, and I've already seen it here as I'm watching it, where we've got some, what do you call it?
Lag?
Yeah, a little bit of lag. We live in the mountains, and the internet's not the best. So that's the reason you'll see a little bit of lag on the video every
Al
now
Gore
and then.
invented the internet, right?
I guess somebody did. Who invented it? I don't know.
He didn't invent it for the mountains.
But we've had people ask us about that. That's the reason. Some of it's just out of our control. There's only so much you can do. It's like if the lights went off right now, I couldn't fix it.
And that may happen here shortly.
So
Happens about every 10 minutes.
It's one of those things where we're at the mercy of what we got sometimes. So bear with us. Hopefully the internet will get better. Me and Shannon were talking about maybe ways we can improve it on our end, maybe, but there's only so much we can do. So
there's some ways we need to talk with our Verizon people.
So bear with us.
Yeah,
we're always trying to improve.
That's it.
At least that's what I tell my wife. I'm always trying to improve.
Is it working?
I'm not always a jerk.
Oh boy.
Oh
boy.
Bobby's doing a lot of the cooking at home.
So, anyways,
new shop hours.
New shop hours. That's a good one too.
8 a.m., 5 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Both
we
locations.
fishing on Sunday. We closed.
That's it.
If you need something for Sunday, come in on Saturday.
Plus, we all wanted to be off for the Bristol Dirt Race.
When is that?
That's coming up.
28th.
Did you see some of the tests?
You might be down south.
Did you see some of the tests on that?
Uh-uh.
They were running. They had some modifieds out there, and there was a truck. They're going to do. I think it's maybe next weekend. They've got some dirt going on over there, other than NASCAR.
Yeah, they were running some other stuff before.
Yeah, I think they're going through first, and then the NASCAR. I'm not for sure when their scheduled date is.
They just want those low-profile people to hit the wall first.
Well, you think these guys? Have y'all seen Lightning McQueen?
Yeah.
No, never seen it.
So isn't that the name of the movies, Lightning McQueen?
Cars.
Cars. Yeah.
Thank you.
I knew who you were talking about, though.
Yeah, I just know it is. That's what we call it, the kids. But in there, he has to learn how to race on dirt.
Yep.
And he could not understand that to go left, which racing NASCAR is just always left turns. You have to turn right.
Yeah.
I wonder how many of these guys are going to struggle with that.
Well, most of these guys race dirt.
Actually,
know it.
not. Not all of them.
Not all of them, but a lot of them have.
Yeah,
I can
it
see
was
somebody going straight
interesting.
down
A
the
lot of them
wall
still
real quick.
race on the dirt.
Yes,
surface.
they do. It was interesting when they threw this out that they were going to do it. There's I'd say maybe a third have never raced on dirt. I'm sure they are now. They're trying to get dialed in, but some would go up to Stewart's up there at Eldora and they would race in a chili bowl.
Yeah.
When they were off, they would go do that for the past, several years. So it's not like, look, Larson, Kyle Larson, dirt guy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's a real good dirt guy, but we'll see. It'll be different, of course, man. Bristol is, the high banks of Bristol. It'll be different, but it's going back to its roots. You look at the Roval races that they've just had recently, and
I like the Rovals.
Flipping the schedule due to maybe some of the states and their COVID restrictions is keeping everything more on the East Coast instead of going out west. And
Well, they go out west this week.
They're not going to Sonoma.
They go to Vegas this week.
well, they're not going to Cali.
Sonoma ain't going to happen.
Yeah,
No,
they ain't
yeah.
going to Cali.
Hey, you know who I'm really excited about? I'm excited to see Michael Jordan in it, in NASCAR.
He won't fit in the car.
He's there.
He's too tall.
I mean, man, but knowing that he's an owner
Mhm.
and seeing the 23 car going around, it's got a whole new meaning.
Yeah.
I love it. Like every race now, I'm like, where's 23?
Just look back
And-
toward the end of the
No, dude, he's number 16th right now in points. He's doing
back
enough to
toward,
stay in
back
the.
toward the end of the field, the pack.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he's.
No, he's not. He's been doing okay.
He's getting around.
Did you see that meme right after the first race? And it was, remember Michael Jordan? There's that picture of him like crying.
Oh yeah, yeah. The
They're
meme.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
but I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
30 people behind him in the field, not in the points chase.
Sure.
So I mean,
Yeah.
he's doing all he needs to do is be top 16.
He's in a date. The super speedway for him has always been a good track.
Yeah.
Once you get away from that is when things fall off.
Yeah. Bubba Wallace.
You throw a Roval in there, that's a wild card. That
Mhm.
thing is crazy.
Man, I love it.
It's going to even out.
Yeah.
Do I think the guy can drive? I think every one of them can drive.
I think
That's why they're there.
You think you can be a
Oh,
good NASCAR
yeah.
driver?
They've got Gibbs support in those cars and
You've
stuff.
ridden with me
man.
through it downtown
Hey,
Atlanta.
you can't find a pair of glasses to fit you. You think that helmet's going to get on?
No. Rydell made sure a helmet fit in
That's
high
right.
school.
That's right. That's right. So as you are, heading on over to fish the Cherokee waters, let's not have anybody pull out any intimidator moves as you're trying to get over there and
No passing in the grass.
knock old Terry Labonte out of the way over at the Bristol night race. just to get to your favorite fishing spot on Big
Now, you
Cove Road.
You're picking on Earnhardt there.
No, that's what he did.
I know.
That was a crazy race, man.
And who won?
Film don't lie.
He did.
I'm an Earnhardt fan.
He was a Kellogg's car, man. Oh, Terry Labonte in the Kellogg's car. Rooster got whacked. Rooster got his neck cut off.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Anyways, to
yeah.
fishing.
Really, the Cherokee Waters is a place that a lot of families come up to and camp, and they like to play in the water. They like to fish. But I've seen the Cherokee Waters change a lot over the last 25, 30 plus years over there, from more of a local fishery to a fishery that has brought a lot of people in, and it's been a big financial boost to the tribe over there.
$24 million in the local economy, I think.
There you go. I didn't have that number, but by the time
I
you
guess
look,
that includes like hotel and
Gas, food,
food.
hotel.
Mhm.
I bet it's higher now with the casino more accessible.
yeah.
I'd say it's higher
Mhm.
than that.
in the past, they've done the talking trees trout derby for the kids, giving away all those rods. The prizes, phenomenal over there.
So I don't keep up with that stuff.
Oh my gosh, it was astronomical. But they didn't do it last year. It's not on the schedule this year. We'll hit some things on here that are important, but there's some interesting aspects to the Cherokee Waters that you need to know about. Now, just for some of you folks who may not know, Cherokee Enterprise, which is the Eastern Band of Cherokee Indians, they have 30 miles of privately stocked freestone streams in their boundary that you can fish with a Cherokee tribal permit. So
30 miles?
30 miles.
Man, I've always thought it was 33. I've been telling people wrong
Well, and
for
it's-
7 years.
I advertised 30, so I'm just
And
quoting
privately is maybe the wrong. It's they manage it.
yeah.
quoting their words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quoting their words off of fishcherokee.com.
I've been lying to all you folks. I'm sorry.
Yeah. 2.2 miles of catch and release water, which is a fly rod only. Interesting rule they have there, no more than an 18-foot leader, maximum 18-foot leader. And I think that has to do with maybe the competition style.
Maybe,
things,
yeah.
I guess.
I mean, 18 foot, like, I don't know why you'd want anything further than that, but it's like, I wonder why they picked that. I guess that competition.
Well, but like that running line I was using for the streamer stuff, I couldn't use that there.
Yeah.
That's technically leader.
Artificial flies and streamers only constructed of natural or synthetic material on a single barbless hook are permitted. So right there, they are.
That's just in the catch and release.
That is in the catch and release, and it has to be a single hook. So if it's articulated, single hook. They're very clear about that, and they will check it and they will fine you. One of the things I found interesting on their Fish Cherokee site, a list of questions.
Yeah.
And it's fines. And if you click on it, it gives you a price of how much those fines.
Oh, really?
I'll do that. I've always wondered.
It's on the page
Oh, I'm gonna
down
go
toward the
check that
bottom.
out.
Check it out. There is no fine less than $100.
Yeah.
It only grows.
What's the court cost?
I was just like, wow. I was
It's
blown
like
away. Like
NC
that many?
Wildlife, back on John and I's ticket,
Yes.
the fine was $36.
But the court costs were like 200.
186. Something like yeah, crazy.
Yeah. And before you said, hey, we've already discussed that, but we're talking about hatchery supported. They differ in the fact that, the Cherokee Waters will be open, but they will close March 13th and be closed March 13th through March the 26th this year. Your trophy waters will remain open. Catch and release waters will remain open all year, but your general waters, as they call it, general waters are your waters where there's no bait or lure restriction, and you can possess 10 fish a day, no size limit. But they are closed March 13th through March 26th there, with an opening day tournament March 27th through 28th that they do that opening weekend. So their general waters opens up before North Carolina waters open.
Yeah.
That's usually a pretty good weekend for them over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've also got these, Shannon's got a little cheat sheet, I guess you'll call it. It's what we get from the tribe of everything that's going to happen through the year. So I'm flashing that up as we're talking about it. So
Perfect.
go to YouTube to
And
see
all
it.
this, we don't sell bait.
That is correct. We sell flies.
We sell
That'll work. So they'll have the opening day tournament, which is $20,000 in cash prizes this year. Maybe we should close.
And go fish.
Like a ringer. Do we have a ringer?
It's one of those that you're not going to win 20.
That's right.
You might
That's right.
be the lucky guy that wins 500,
That's right.
I guess.
That's right. Registration deadline, though, is Friday, March 26th. It takes a 2-day permit and a tournament registration of $15.
There you go.
They do a Memorial Day tournament, which is $10,000 in cash and prizes this year, May 29th through the 30th. Gosh,
We can sell all those, right?
We can do the permits.
Here in the shop.
Tim Hill Memorial Tournament, which is $10,000 cash prizes, July 24th and 25th. In the Kuala Country Tournament, $20,000 cash prizes, September 4th through the 5th. We have one thing missing.
Mm-hmm.
The Rumble in the Rhododendron has been canceled again this year.
Yeah.
Does anybody know why? It's like they're doing everything else but that.
Where's the money come from in that tournament? Isn't that a big money tournament?
That's a big money.
I think first place gets like $5,000 or something, right?
Yeah, that's a big tournament. That's a big
$3,000,
comp.
something like that.
That's definitely a comp.
Yeah,
fish
fly
tournament.
fishing only
Yep.
tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Where the other tournaments are open to however you can get.
However you want
it.
it. Correct. Well, no snagging or those
Right.
rules,
Yeah. Within legal.
within
means.
legal means. Yep.
I don't know why that canceled.
Yeah, I'm curious.
It's
to
always
know
in
why.
November. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe if somebody's in that, we can reach out to Mike Lavoie.
Yeah, it'd be nice to.
Yeah.
I'm just curious because I know we'll be asked about it. Like, why aren't they doing it?
Mm-hmm.
Those stuff. Because
Mike is the.
it's not just the fishermen. A lot of people just went to watch. Like, they
Yeah.
go watch how guys fish.
You and I did that one.
Learn.
Yeah.
time.
Just to kind of learn,
Right.
their tactics or
Sure.
things like that, or where they were fishing. Like,
Right.
oh, this is a good hole.
Right.
These guys are.
Let's
holding-
come here tomorrow.
Yeah. You know, it's the one creek on there. Everybody thinks about Big Cove and they think about the lefty running through town and stuff, but Soco Creek.
Mm-hmm.
You guys ever fish Soco Creek?
No, but I saw that picture the other day that Steve showed us of that 15-pound rainbow pulled
Yeah.
out of Soco Creek.
Yeah.
Massive.
Is that the video? I got a text today asking if it was okay to share on Facebook of some dude talking about. He had this massive rainbow. Is that it,
Big bandana man.
dude? I said, give that man a set of Viking horns and he's wanted.
Yeah.
Did you see the video? On that?
Oh yeah, I know.
I didn't
yeah.
see the video.
Yeah.
I'll have to go watch
Was
it.
it?
That's good.
What do you say in that thing? I need my phone.
Oh,
Oh, my son's there.
yeah.
Pink shrimp balls fire. Or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
So it's a
Pink,
yeah, right.
Holy pink balls of fire, or
Yeah.
something like that.
I think that's actually what it was. The
The name of the lure
yeah,
or something, right?
mhm.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
I
a
thought
scented.
he was just saying it.
No, it's a scented like putty you put on your hook. That's what they give those kids at that trout derby.
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Mm-hmm, they do.
Well.
They sure do.
Have you done the trout derby with one of your boys?
Braden has a couple
Yeah?
times.
Bryson
Yeah.
did it.
Did he?
Braden, yeah.
He went with the babysitter.
No,
Dale didn't want to be seen.
No,
over there?
no.
that crowd. I just can't do that crowd.
no, man. I was over there and he did it, and he caught a fish on nothing on his hook, man.
That's
and then,
awesome.
and then the second year, he's a little bit more serious. So I tied him up a special woolly booger, and he hooked a big old cuss.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're lined up shoulder to shoulder,
shoulder
right?
to shoulder.
That thing's way down yonder, and he's trying to wheel it in, and it's coming past people, and you know what happens? It just wham! It was really a big fish. It would have. I don't know if we would have contended for, but I mean, it was one of those like, oh crud, one of those moments, right?
What do we do now?
Yeah.
This is real.
Well, I know I had a net, but boom. Thank you, people
Yeah.
20 feet down from us who decide to get in the way. Because they put these markers up, can't go past this point. Well, everybody keeps encroaching further and further and further, so you can't. It gets to the point where you really the kids can't fish.
Is it
Yeah.
one of those things where somebody catches fish and everybody just gets closer to them? Because
Everybody's already
Oh, you
close
mean
to
like
you
the delayed
anyway. But yes,
harvest?
yes, yeah, like when it opens up to catch and keep.
Oh,
Absolutely.
No,
It
that's-
is, but that tournament has always introduced a lot of kids potentially to fishing that may
Yeah.
never have a chance.
And a lot of local, too.
That's right. It's right. And you see what I observed the 2 years we were there, a lot of families,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of families. And I'm not talking mom, dad, son, daughter. You see grandparents with them. It's a big family event. In talking to some of those people when they do the ping pong drop for the fire truck so the kids get to win this stuff, some of them planned their vacation around that.
Yeah.
They were coming from a ways away, and it was their family vacation to come to that tournament. And it was been going on for several years. Hate they're not doing it. Understand why, but it was
Yeah.
it was a good thing for the kids. It really was. It sure was. So Soco Creek, back to the Soco thing.
Oh, yeah.
they've had these tagged fish tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
One year, the big money tagged fish tournament was called on Soco Creek, right there in the Harris campus, the Harris Casino campus, where it's like, groomed and
Yeah.
You can fish that,
Mm-hmm.
but that's where it was called, and it was a young teenage
Mm-hmm.
boy that caught that
Yeah.
fish there one year. I think it was like a $1,500 fish or something like that on the tag.
Wow.
So
Wow.
yeah. But Soco Creek is a good creek that comes down off a Hornbuckle on the backside of the Blue Ridge Parkway. Soco Falls,
Soco
which
Falls,
you can't
yeah.
fish. Some of that water you can't fish, so you have to be real careful in where you're at. Just when you buy a permit somewhere over there, when they say you can fish everywhere, you can't. Let me caution you on that right now. If you are not on general waters, it is a ticketable offense, and they will ticket you. They've
What do you
got
mean I
their-
can't fish at Soco?
You can fish up Soco on the general water.
I mean the falls.
You can't. That's
Why?
not it's reserved for the tribal members only, enrolled
Oh.
tribal members only.
I got you.
So that's reserved for them there to fish. But Soco Creek has not only got the fish that they stock, but there's a good abundance of wild fish in there.
Yeah.
And places it's pretty, but some places you got houses and stuff on it too. So caution
Right.
me on that for sure. You done anything up Big Cove?
No, not since you told me about that person burying a body or something up there.
Oh, you mean chopping them up, setting them in the trunk, and lighting it? That's when me and Justin were fishing.
Yes.
But that was years ago.
We
man.
saw, I bet, 15 cop cars going by. We're like,
Yeah.
my gosh, what in the world's going on?
Yeah.
Some guy got out of prison.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
I've never fished up the Ravens Fork at all past where Straight Fork comes in.
Okay.
I've
Right.
never gone above that. I've
Right.
always turned it. I've never even driven up there.
Really? Okay.
Never have. I've
Gotcha.
always, gone to Straight Fork up in the park or something.
Yeah.
But and then me and Dale have fished down there by I guess below the KOA and above the KOA, that kind
Right.
of area.
Trophy water stuff.
Yeah.
Well, not
Yeah.
the truth. That's general.
Oh,
water.
that is, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a gen- yeah.
Remember I hooked
That's
that really
right.
big fish that got away that you chased? He went like 50 feet up and down and all around stream, and you chased him and it broke off, and you were like, Bobby, that was a really big fish. And I was like, thanks for telling me.
Yeah, I don't want to make you feel bad here, but that was a big
Yeah,
fish.
way to go.
He
Way to
zigged.
lose him.
He
That was a
zigged-
big fish.
He zigged, I zagged.
There you go. Well, perfect. Well, the Big Cove area, the boundary ends right there at the T, where you either go right to go to Straight Fork or you just go left to make that loop down through there. So that's where the general waters is. We used to leave a camper over there in Welch's Campground, which is by Mingo Falls.
Uh-huh.
That was our base camp all summer. We'd pull it over early spring and then pull it over late fall.
Is it worth going to see Mingo Falls? I've never walked
Yeah.
up there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it is. It actually
I haven't
is.
walked up to
They,
that
some years ago, they redid the parking lot and
Yeah.
it's paid parking and stuff over there. But you should go do that.
I've yet to go there.
They look really full. Looks
The-
great. A lot of water.
A lot of water, Clark. A lot of water, Russ. The insect life, though, up through that Ravens Fork or Ravens Ford area, if you look at it on a map, it's called Ravens Ford. There's some healthy bugs up through there.
What's called Ravens Ford?
If you look on the map, it's called Ravens Ford. Not Ravens Fork, it's Ravens Ford.
At what point does it change to that?
Look on the map, it says Ravens Ford.
I'm going to have to go look at this map.
Yeah, Ravens Ford.
Get my computer out.
We're getting on some old history here, guys.
Have
Yeah.
you seen the pictures of that place like logged out back in the
I have
late
not.
1800s?
I'm not.
Unrecognizable.
Yeah.
All that was timbered.
Yeah,
That-
it's nuts to see those.
And if you
photos.
think about that, that fishery up through there, I've seen some of the biggest stoneflies I've ever seen up there.
Yeah.
There's some crazy bug life up through there, for sure, man. It's a heck of a used to be a heck of a fishery. I've not fished it in some time, of course. Andy fishes it all the time.
He goes up there and
Oh,
fishes.
and Andy
that's where
fishes.
He fishes. Just about.
Andy fishes it all the time, man.
so that's when he fishes. That's where he's at.
yeah,
When he's up there,
he does.
He goes
fish-
up
Mm.
further up. See, I
just
always-
a big cove up right where you turn to go to Indian Creek campground where Bunches Creek comes in, which
Yeah,
is
okay,
another
okay,
good
yeah.
little fishery.
Yeah.
That's a great little fishery that I like. That's where about running that big bee's nest we was talking about.
Mm.
That was a big old rascal. Eye level. Bunches Creek is good. Small rod type water up through there.
But some of that's got tribal members only, right?
Well, when you get up to the end, there's only so far you can go, and you run into tribal waters, and then it runs into the national park.
Yeah.
So that's actually the if you come in from Mile High on the Blue Ridge, that's kind of where the park goes, and they do so
Yeah.
much shocking and stuff in through there. It's a 2-day trip for them to do that. Yeah, up through there.
I don't see Ravensford.
Yeah, I was about to say, Dale.
We'll have
give
to
us-
discuss that later.
I'm just saying, this is the trail map now.
Yeah, don't worry about that.
Okay.
Which trail map?
You talking about like a map from like 1890?
No, I wasn't born then.
I mean, you got all that gray beard.
I appreciate that. Looks good, doesn't it? Just for men, gray.
So what map are we looking at?
I've got it on some topographical maps and stuff there.
Okay.
Yeah. Mhm.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, Ravensford. Yeah, I've actually seen
So-
it printed in books as well.
So it somehow got changed to
The
Fort?
Ravens Fork. I
at
don't
some
know how in
point
the
in
world
the-
that happened, but anyway,
That's
yeah,
interesting.
absolutely.
I'd
Ravens
love to
Fork.
know how that.
Yeah. I
how
bet
that
Jim
worked.
Mills would know,
Yeah.
or even Estes for that matter,
Yeah.
would know about that.
Don Cassida too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don's
Absolutely.
guru.
That's interesting.
Here's
Yeah.
another map, Ravensford.
You know, I'm going to go look through Jim's book and see if it says
See if it has
anything.
it in
I
there,
wonder
may.
because he's got the history in that
That's
book,
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and see if it says anything about
Mhm.
We
the
got
name
one. Do we
change.
got one over there?
Yeah, it's right there. There's
We
a whole
got
pile
we
of
got
them.
36 of them.
All right.
Go pull it up. Yeah, we got 36 of them the other day.
Don't hit a camera.
This is a great book, by the
It
way.
is.
If you want
Absolute.
a book on this is off the subject of Cherokee, but for the national park, this book is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So the Jim Cassida fly fishing
$29.99.
this Smoky Mountain National Park.
Absolutely, it is. Now, the one thing that I think brings a lot of people to Cherokee is the fact that it's there's no bait or lure restriction, and you can, like I said, possess 10 fish a day. I will tell you, if you catch a fish, you're supposed to keep it,
Unless you're fly fishing, right?
unless you're fly fishing with barbless hooks. It is a rule. You are supposed to keep that. That is a written rule.
That's so nuts to me. to hear
Absolutely.
that.
And there's no fly fishing in the ponds.
Yeah.
That's another rule. So don't go try to fly fish in the ponds.
Hey, you seen those power lines by those?
Oh
ponds?
my gosh!
Dude,
Yes,
you could
yes.
supply a fishing shop
Oh
with that
my
stuff.
heavens!
that's
It is
hung on the-
amazing.
It's not power lines; it's the phone lines
yeah,
that are running
but
from.
still, they take that bucket truck out there and that boom, and the guy goes up there and cuts it. He probably gets $1,000 worth of
Yeah.
supplies off that
There's
thing.
so much stuff hanging on that.
Oh my heavens! It's amazing what you get. The water over there up Big Cove Road is pretty big up through there. And what's Dale finding over there?
Man, anybody ever worried about anything being spoken about too much?
Just look at the book.
Man, the index here.
Yes.
Oh, if somebody comes in and says, "Don't talk about that,"
Man, every stream is named.
oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
that's what that book's about.
You got big water, pretty water up through there. You got pocket water. You got some flats. You got some deep water. Down around Yogi and the Smokies, down around that bend, it's kind of flat. It's kind of got more of a western feel to it. It opens up through there. Real pretty type water up through there. The one thing that I have never done, but if you go back and read some of the books and you talk to Jim or stuff like that, the lower section of the Cunalufty, like down through Birdtown,
Mm-hmm.
used to be known to hold some really big brown trout.
Huh.
I don't know if it does anymore. Most people focus fishing through town around the island and up
Yeah.
Big Cove and stuff. I don't know if it holds that over there
Yeah,
anymore.
I don't know either.
It's hard to say.
There probably is some there.
Could
you know,
be.
the odd one here and there.
Yep.
You want to go put the time in.
Mhm. Absolutely. Now, the one thing you can do, if you want to fish right there in town, you could eat breakfast, go to the water, go down yonder to the old trailer and get you a hamburger and french fry, I guess.
That's a good spot, too.
And then if you wanted some ice cream, just go right there and get you some DQ.
yeah.
Yeah, it's all there, man.
That's right.
If you fish SoCo by the casino, you can go throw $100 on the
That's-
table and then come back out and
That's
keep
right.
fishing.
You might as well
After
keep
you lose it.
About
keep-
that.
just
Take you longer to walk to it than it would to spend it.
That's it.
It certainly would. It really would. So
Another thing about the Ravens Fork in that part in the national park section,
right.
that I believe, I don't know if it's a actual fact.
'Kay.
I hadn't seen it printed, but it was like sitting around drinking, and hey, here's this fun-filled fact of the year. That is the steepest descent of whitewater east of the Mississippi. Or
You're looking at me like I'm
it's got to
supposed
be Rockies.
There's some YouTube videos of people kayaking that, and that
Yeah.
thing looks pretty intense.
It's raging.
It's raging
Yeah.
for sure.
So I mean, that's serious.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's also what keeps me from hiking that trail.
Yeah, I watched a
Yeah.
video of some kayakers the other day doing big snowbird on high water. And dude, they were hitting tree limbs and stuff, and I was
That's
just
scary.
like, "Gosh, dude,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, it is. It's a different world
They
to
get
do that."
excited on
Yeah.
flash floods around here.
yeah. That water comes down out of the Smokies, and then it meets up right there in that T up at the end of Big Cove with Straight Fork
Yeah,
to form that section going down through.
that's another one too. Straight Fork on the res is all tribal water, right?
Straight Fork on the res. Yeah, let's on the boundary.
Yeah.
On the
On the-
boundary. But
yeah.
then you get in the park, it's
Once you get into the park, it's once again it's
Okay.
federal land at that point, and it's just a
There
valid
was a section
North
that you could-
Carolina fishing license
Maybe
or
it's
valid
like-
Tennessee. From the intersection, when you come to the end of Big Cove
It's been a
Road,
while since I fished.
that's
so
where
I
it
could've
ends.
changed it.
so from there up to where the tribal hatchery is only open to enrolled members
Okay.
of it, and it says open
So they've
enrolled.
changed
It's
that.
from-
Yeah.
you remember
Yeah.
how you're talking going up Big Goat, like all
Mhm.
that's enrolled.
Yep.
now.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's expanded.
Oh yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
the Bunches Creek section there.
Yeah. Got a funny story. About that area you're talking about. So I'd been up in Straight Fork fishing, one morning. It was on a weekend. I think it was on a Sunday morning. I was on my way out, and I come out, and when you come off of Straight Fork, you hit the paved road when you get past the hatchery right there.
Yeah.
It's like a little cul-de-sac area. And I see this gentleman and a young girl, which one would think was daughter, and I think it was, out there kind of behind the fence on the hatchery with a 5-gallon bucket, and the girl's fishing. So I stop and look a second, and he makes his way over, and I said, "Sir," I said, "you just want you to know that unless you're an enrolled member of the tribe, this is closed water. It's only open to them." And of course he said, "Well, I didn't know that." Well, he walked past a pallet that's leaned up against that fence that has that big sign on it right there. So they walked right past it. But the girl goes, "Daddy, I got another one." And she's just over there reeling, and he just had this look on his face like, "Oh, geez, we're busted." And they had that bucket over there. And I said, "Yeah," I said, "you might want to leave as soon as you can for somebody around here. And they might
Yeah.
call on you over here. They might not take too kindly to you folks over here." But she goes, "Daddy, I got another one. I got another." She's over there just leaned back, and she's reeling that thing away. And
Hey man,
and,
she's
and we
having
let,
fun.
she was having. She didn't know any different probably, but it I seen that over there one time. Funny story. Had a bear come on me over there too. One
Shocker.
yeah.
Time. On big. I was in Big Cove, not up. Yeah. Cub.
I'd be afraid to fish with you in the park right now with all that facial hair you got. Them bears would take kindly to you.
Would rather them take kindly or not take kindly?
Take kindly to you.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Folks, would you rather the bear take kindly to you or not take kindly to you?
Sometimes the bear
I
gets
mean-
you. Sometimes
Sometimes
you get the bear.
That's right. Yeah, perfect, man.
Oh,
Absolutely.
goodness.
Yeah.
But anyway, you were fishing up there, saw a bear.
Yeah, I had a bear cub come out on me,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Whoa, where's Mama?" That one did have my pucker factor up a little bit, man.
Yeah,
I was
because you
like,
didn't
"What?"
know where Mama
I'm
was.
looking like, "Where's Mama?" Hey, I'm
Where's
looking
Mama?
everywhere for
That
Mama.
is
Yeah,
a bad feeling.
it is a bad feeling.
I say that when I walk into the house at night. Where's Mama?
Yeah. The trophy water. People call and ask about the trophy water. We hear mixed things about trophy water. There's people that like it. There's people who don't
Yeah.
like it. I will caution you, in the summer when it warms up, they're going to inner tube and play in it.
Yeah.
Just to
I mean,
let
it's
you
a
know.
tough fishery because it does get a lot of people on it.
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
and they regularly stock it, but those fish see every fly.
They do.
Man, with the amount of people that fish that. And it's only 2.2 miles. It's not a huge area.
Right.
And in that 2.2 miles, there's, a dozen great holes, I guess
Mhm.
you'd say.
Yeah.
And then you got the in-between areas, which still
Yeah.
hold fish, but,
Right.
it makes it a little tougher.
I remember the first time I went over there and paid the extra fee to fish the trophy water. This has got to be.
There's a video of this, I think. Is that the first time? It's on your chest, the GoPro?
No, that was another time.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, this is like 10 years ago, maybe. I was like, all right, I'll pay for it. So I bought it, $35 in. I'm going to fish for 2 hours. Okay, that was my window. And I go over there, and man, I hook this massive rainbow. And back then, I don't think they're this way anymore. They were stocking the Donaldson breed rainbows. I think they come out of Kentucky, but they're a deep red, dark fish. And just a really pretty rainbow breed or whatever. But man, they fight good. And man, as soon as I got it in the net, I was like, oh, it's worth it. Best $35 I ever spent. I mean, it's it's a form of entertainment, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely.
So you're gonna go fish for a day. You go spend half a day with the Great Smoky Mountain Railroad. You're gonna lay down some jack. You go spend a half a day over on the trophy waters for $35. Ain't too bad. That's
I agree.
before you buy.
Very good
flies and
point.
come by the
Very good
shop.
point.
But yeah, it's worth it.
That stretch above the school at that bridge where the inner tubers get in,
Mm-hmm.
that up to the the rumble hole or whatever they
Governor's
call it,
hole,
what
yeah.
up 300.
Yeah.
Man, it is a beautiful stretch of water.
Yeah,
Oh, it is. Yeah.
That
It's
is
fun
a
to fish.
Especially in the
beautiful
fall.
stretch. Oh my gosh. man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got the water on
Man.
the reservation is very nice water.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Mhm.
All of it is.
That's right.
It really is nice areas.
It
So,
is. It is something you should consider if you're in the area. Put it on your list, of course.
Yeah.
Especially if you got kids who maybe want to do some spin type
Yeah.
tackle or things
It's
like
a good
that.
family area.
It really is. A lot
go
of
do
great.
that.
Easy access,
Mhm.
more
Yes.
guaranteed success than
yeah.
for
Very true.
for spin fishing.
Absolutely.
And kids.
Mhm. Correct.
And maybe some other places.
That is
And-
correct.
And on our website, if you go to the tuckflyshop.com, there's a downloadable map. It's 99 cents. That shows you all the sections of water that you can or can't fish, depending on what you're doing. So go check that out, grab one, and then you've got it on your phone or iPad or whatever. So when you're out there and don't know, you can pull that up and look at it and say, "Oh, we shouldn't be here."
Yep.
And then you won't have the thing what Shannon walked up on that
Yeah.
father and daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. Everything's marked pretty good over there for the most part. I give them credit. They put up some really big signs
Yeah.
up through there.
They want to make sure you don't have an excuse when they scratch you that
That's right.
$200 ticket.
That's
or
right,
whatever.
man. I guess make sure if you're fly fishing barbless hooks, understand that can't keep any fish, you can't fly fish the ponds. You got to keep everything you catch. 10 fish limit per day per permit holder. That does include catches of your children. So I read that rule if there's me and I've got 2 kids. That
Because
doesn't
if
mean
you're
that
under,
doesn't mean 30 fish.
if you're under 12, you don't have to have the permit. But yeah.
Something like that. Not for sure. Children under ages 11 and under may participate in tournaments under supervising the. Okay, so
it's the
didn't get
permit
in
thing is
the
is
permit
under
thing.
12. You don't have
12,
to have
yeah.
a permit as long
Understand
as you're
that.
with a
right.
permitted
Mhm.
adult.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the one thing that will happen if you start catching some fish, you're going to attract a crowd.
Mm-hmm.
People will move in on you. So if that doesn't appeal to you, just keep
Somebody's-
in mind.
Somebody's calling me. Watch my video. It's
Dale's,
like,
Dale's vibrating.
it's
It's
like,
like
the
it's like an
Liberty-
earthquake, dude.
It's like the Liberty Bibberty.
I was going to say it's a Liberty Mutual. Yeah, he's.
Tell you, it looks like an earthquake happening on Dale.
Does it really?
One thing we haven't mentioned about Cherokee,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool, is you will most likely, if you spend a whole day over there,
Mhm.
especially on the trophy section, at some point you will probably see
Yeah.
an elk.
That's very true.
Yeah.
They hang out in that area. There's the fields right there behind the school bridge
Job
and all
Corps.
that stuff
Yep.
by Job Corps, and then the field up there by the Governor's Hole.
Right.
There's usually some elk somewhere laying around hanging
Yep.
out.
Very good.
So
Very good.
That's always fun.
That's
the
good.
earthquake stopped
Yep,
on
yep,
Dale.
That's nice. And the other
Hope
thing,
they
there's
leave a voicemail.
and if you do it, you plan it right with the family, there's a lot of other things to do. If they get onto these hills open and going again, that'll be a good one. The museum, there's a lot of history over there, and you can really turn it into a vacation. So if that's kind of your cup of tea, or you
right.
want to do something to include the family, that's a great way to do it. You can camp inside the Qualla boundary, a lot of commercial campgrounds, or if you want to, you can camp inside the Great Smoky Mountain National Park at Smokemont
Pretty
Campground.
close.
Or if you want to venture out a little bit, you go to Mile High Campground up in the Smokies as well, which is obviously over a mile high.
Is that
But,
up towards Hantoogie?
It is up toward Hantoogie.
I just
And,
love saying that word.
It's a smidge cooler up there, and it's a little bit more
Yeah.
animal-y up there.
Hey
But
guys, I'm sorry. I just missed a call from auto warranty.
just to let
Just let y'all know.
just,
that
so just relax.
We had a-
relax.
they left a voicemail.
There was
they
a
called
voicemail
here.
in Bryson City.
They called
from one
here
of us.
today. Did they?
Yeah.
I hit 9 to be removed from the list today. So just rest assured, you can sleep well tonight.
Oh man.
Oh, for all you others, you better check your auto warranty.
Yeah.
Check your auto warranty.
Check it.
Well, good stuff, guys. That's a good one there too.
Guy tip of the week.
The guy tip of the week, man. Who?
You want me to do it?
Yes,
I got one.
You
Oh, you
did.
got
You had
one.
a good one last week, Bobby.
I got another. I don't even remember what I did last week. Was it the floating? Was that
It
last
was.
week?
Yep.
This week, and the reason I got this one is because of our friend Georgia Drifter. he brought a reel in that needed some new fly line. So
Oh,
before the
brother.
season gets started,
Amen.
his was pretty cracked, and
Amen.
that was one of the worst I've ever seen. But in his defense, it was a sinking line, so he didn't care.
Full disclosure, this is totally a guide tip to try to sell more fly line.
Absolutely.
But it's the truth.
Yes.
But if you have a floating fly line, I would suggest stripping off the first 30 feet or so, the usable portion that you use the most. If you need a magnifying glass or some of Shannon's famous glasses here, check it out. Make sure there's no cracks or anything or pieces stripped out of it. Sometimes after winter fishing, especially ice in your guides will mess up your fly line. Just double check it so that you're ready to go for the season. So obviously we sell fly line.
Well,
call us.
A lot of why a fly line, let's say, costs $100, is the chemicals and protectants that go in it to prevent dirt and water from penetrating in the pores that'll break it down.
That's it.
And so, your entry level fly line, let's say you buy a combo, I mean, that's going to be a low end fly line. It's going to be the first to go. It doesn't have that technology in it. So it's totally a pay to play thing. But the way those are tapered too do matter. But absolutely. And if it's in good shape, clean it.
That's it.
So it's amazing. I'll do 5 trips, and then I'll run one of these Rio wipes through it, and it's unbelievable how much
They're
junk
dirty
is on
man.
these lines.
They get dirty. So if any of you don't understand why you don't want dirt on the line, or if it's cracked, what the problem is, what happens is it holds water. The dirt, it sounds crazy, but your line won't float correctly. And even if it's cracked, what happens is you start getting these little bellies in the line where it's underwater in some spots, and then other spots it's floating. And what happens is you don't get the drift you want because there's more drag on the line.
You got a pill for that, right?
And also when you cast, the line has extra weight in certain spots, so the casting's not going to perform like you want. So that's the reason you just want to check it out, try to replace it when you can, and don't worry about
me like that, man.
Don't worry about Dale's comments there.
I'm drinking water, I promise. Just in time for Shannon's fishing report.
Oh my gosh. You're
What?
throwing about there's a pill for that. He's talking about perform and all this stuff, man. It's go Oh, mercy. I want to give a shout out to everybody that voted. We talked about the Norvice March Madness.
Oh yeah.
This week I've got to tie a crayfish.
Oh.
Go vote for Shannon on the Norvice page.
So guess what I'm doing tomorrow?
Knowing you're probably going to try to tie a Blaine chocolate crayfish.
No.
Good.
He's got his own.
Does
plan.
it won't even exist?
There's a special articulated. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, no, I'm not. So going to be doing that. Submissions have got to be done by Thursday with voting Friday and Saturday. So be on the lookout for that. If you're not following that, you should. Just go to the Norvice Facebook page, Norvise, and look at that. The field is down to 32. So after this weekend, we'll be down to a Sweet 16 field, and we'll see where the cards may lie in this round
March
here.
Madness.
It is a March Madness, really, truly, again. So it was just a random draw, and it pulled out. It was a crayfish pattern. So
Yeah.
I'm interested to see. There's only crayfish. You can only do so much with the crayfish, right? Crayfish, crawdad. I mean, let's be within reason. It needs to be fishable. I'm talking about from a fishing perspective, what you can do with a crayfish pattern.
Yeah, I guess. I've actually never tied a crayfish, so
Me neither.
good luck.
I appreciate that. I don't know. That's the little bait fish.
Oh yeah, he's got a little bait fish there.
I don't know if that gives them perspective, like
I don't think
how
they can see it.
small.
Here, hold it in front of this camera right here. They can see your bait fish that you were. This was the last round he had. Down a
He's
little,
showing
down a
tiny
little-
things
right there,
again.
right there.
That's 3 shanks and a hook.
Yeah, it came out good.
That's about 1 3/4 inches long.
It's a
there.
winner.
Yeah.
Just past his first knuckle. That's what he's got.
Fast as French knuckle.
That's how you know.
You're so snuffy,
Just
Schmin.
Stop.
It's about past that first knuckle.
I don't know if they got a pill for that.
Woo, Lordy.
Oh man,
So yeah, so that was a good one there.
that's a good segue into the fishing report.
That is. And
First knuckle.
This week's fishing report is brought to us by Norvice, made in the USA. Tie better flies faster with Norvice.
So he's doing the fishing
He
report.
got real quiet.
Sweet.
Thank you, Tim at Norvice. Yeah, Dale.
Man, just like we said last week, sure enough, them quill gordons and blue quills popped. All kinds of caddis. If you were to go out on a float right now,
Yes.
on a sunny day, them caddis will be crawling in the boat. They'll be crawling up the oars, getting under your glasses.
Yes.
It's incredible.
Amen.
But
Preach it.
I can't get them on a caddis.
Yeah.
So just keep nymphing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
There's just too many in the water that don't have to rise for it.
At that point, there
We're talking on the Tuckasegee.
that's right. You got to be thinking emergence at that point
Yeah.
because they're feeding those as they are coming up through the surface.
Yeah.
So an emergence caddis pattern over there or a nice soft tackle is
Yeah,
a really
that's
good
right.
choice to do. So if you do a dry, drop a soft tackle or an emergence pattern underneath it. I've always done really well with that. That little
Yep.
we've got it over there in the bins. That little olive type emerger.
Mhm.
You guys remember that pattern right there?
Yep.
Works really, really good,
Yeah.
and it will
How far do you like to drop those off the dry?
not far at all.
See, I like
I
to
don't
have
drop
about
it far.
18 inches.
No, for me that's a little bit too far. Let the fish dictate, but mostly I'm within a 12-inch
Okay.
range there. I'll even go as far as times to put a little bit of the high.
That's the first knuckle.
What you laughing at, Bobby?
I'll go as far as sometimes to put some of that high and dry gel floating on it and
Yeah.
let it kind of stick in a film like it's
Yeah.
not quite a cripple type,
right.
and they'll sip it.
Yeah.
They'll come and sip that guy right there. But that's a very valid point there on the Tuckasegee. But on these other streams, though,
Those fish are just going to take advantage of those dries. And
they have been. That's
knock
right.
them out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So be on the lookout for those patterns that Dale talked about right there.
Yeah.
And
Well, they're doing the delayed harvest stockings this week.
Mhm.
West Fork got it yesterday. Tomorrow starts the tuck,
mhm.
3rd and 4th for
Sorry,
both of those.
Wilkes County, Nash County.
They got a lot of rain, I guess.
No, it was equipment malfunction.
Oh, that's right. You told me the trucker.
What happened?
They had to delay some delayed harvest stockings up in Ashe County and Wilkes County because it said equipment malfunction. So to me, that says the truck broke down.
Yeah.
Come on down to Silva, North
That's it.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Come
That's
and see us here at
exactly
Tuckasegee Fly Shop.
So hopefully by Friday, all of ours will be stocked. Big
Yeah.
Snowbird and
Right.
Nantahala.
The
and-
flows, even through all this rain, the flows on the West Fork of the Pigeon have been perfect.
Yes. Mhm.
Yeah. It's been fishable.
The national park water
Mhm.
to us seems really good, but if you're coming from, out, we had some folks today from the Midwest. I'd say that
area.
I don't know. Some people in Kentucky would cuss us right now if we said that. Well, that one guy was Missouri, so
He was from Missouri.
He's Missouri. That's me. But to them, it was high water.
Right.
But yeah. So look for those. Yeah, I don't know if I'd fish the faster water. That's more of a summer thing. I'd stick to the slower runs, the deeper pools still.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
We've got a little cold weather coming through.
So tonight it's supposed to get down 32.
Yeah.
Yesterday the water temp in the valley hit 50,
Yeah.
and then it dropped overnight to 44.
Yeah.
Not quite as warm today. Be colder tonight, but I think after that we kind of start getting a little bit of a warm trend.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it looks like
do.
it's 40s and 60s a lot.
And the water temp, folks, that we want for these trout to be happy is 53. That's when they're eager to eat. Their metabolism peaks. So, yeah, it's kind of like
It's
Thanksgiving and Christmas for them.
It's
right.
pregame
That's
right
right.
now, baby. It's about
right.
to happen.
That's right.
Yeah.
And understand that moving water
Whispers of a
is going to
worm
be
patch.
cooler water. So that moving water is going to be colder. So these fish
Yeah.
are going to move around and find those sweet spots in there. And if you do a little bit of work, you'll find some, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dr. Dave's been going out on lunch and catching fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does that a lot. He runs up to the
So-
park.
Yep.
next time I'm there and I'm sitting in the waiting room, I know where Dave's at.
Yeah. It's like, man, he's late. Where's
You'll
he
have to
at?
ask him, Dave, give us the fishing report.
That's why I get that. That's why I get that morning appointment.
That's what I was about to say. Don't
Yeah.
get an appointment before or after lunch. That's
That's
what you
funny.
do when your doctor's a big fisherman.
Yeah, he is.
So-
That he is. Well, another good show there, guys. Anything that we might want to add before we get out of here? Or
No,
any
just want to mention
announcements?
again the hours of the shops, both locations, 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday. So that's new, starting yesterday. We're going to run those. So just remember that if you need something at 8 o'clock, we should be here unless something crazy happens.
Right.
You never
Phone
know.
rings, somebody answers it. It's
That's
amazing.
it.
Do our best.
That's it. So
Yeah. I will say this before we go, and we've noticed, we talked about this when you got here, and you've experienced this today in the last couple of days. March 1 hit, the phones are busy with
Yeah.
people that are booking trips. So if you've kind of been thinking about it and you want to get on the books, you better do it sooner rather than later, because we have dates that are now no longer available.
Yeah.
So if you're holding out, don't hold out no more for that. Correct?
that's it.
I think so. Well, good deal. I want to give a special thank you to Norvice for making this episode possible. To learn more about the Norvise fly tying system, visit www.nor-vice.com or visit them on YouTube at Nor-Vice and see the Norvise in action. I didn't use my radio voice.
We've got on the way for the shop and website, we'll have more Norvise accessories.
Yeah,
right?
So we'll throw that in there. A little. That's right. We got quite a bit more stuff coming before we close out there. I'm sorry about that, Bobby, but
I saw that invoice. Yeah, we got a lot of stuff coming. If y'all need some accessories, call us.
That's it.
Norvise, baby.
Got a couple of granite bases coming. Got some Legacy C's coming. Got some Autobots coming. You know the Autobot Magnum hubs. Once we get it, the new product, I want to show that. If we get that jaw conversion right there, that'll be neat to show that with that. But there is quite a bit of stuff coming, and if you ever have a question about that, certainly stop in at the shop. Dell has drunk the Kool-Aid and got baptized. Bobby's drinking the Kool-Aid, and he's getting ready to get baptized when his gets here. And
I actually use that one a lot when nobody's here. I just don't want y'all to see me using it. I mess with it a lot.
Where's the flies?
He stands there and spins the spinny thing.
Where's the flies?
Those are mine, baby.
He just stands there doing that.
Those are mine, my man.
The point is, though, if you have a question, people here can answer that question.
Yeah.
I think it's important when you
the other day, some guy asked something last week. And I was just like, Shannon's the man you need to talk to.
We got some dubbing.
I didn't know
brush tables coming.
Well,
We got a lot of stuff coming. So good deal. Well, excellent. Good job there, guys. And I think I'm about ready to go home.
Let's go eat.
That wraps up another exciting and informative episode of the Tuckcast with a splash of bourbon, presented by Tuckasegee Fly Shop and Guide Service, located at 3 Depot Street, Bryson City, North Carolina, and 530 West Main Street, Sylvan, North Carolina. Be sure to visit www.tuckflyshop.com for StreamFlow information, book a guided trip, or even shop for your favorite Tuckasegee Fly Shop gear. Follow the crew on Facebook at Tuckasegee Fly Shop, Instagram at Tuck Fly Shop, and on YouTube at Tuckasegee Fly Shop. If you have a question or comment, feel free to send those to info@tuckflyshop.com or give us a call, 1-828-488-3333. For Coach Dale Diesel Collins, Bobby the Bearded Wonder Bennett, I'm Shannon, Big Mess Messer. We'll catch you next week. Be sure to catch a few fish out there, won't you? Y'all take care.